Hello and welcome to this edition of Diecast Emporium. Today we're going to be taking a look at a HO or 1:87 scale model. This is the Diecast Masters Highline Series Caterpillar 12 M3 motor grader. The item number is 85520. Interesting thing to note about this model is this was the first purpose-built or completely new casting by Diecast Masters in 1:87 scale. This was released a couple of years ago. So without further ado, let's go ahead and take a look at the tin first, like we always do, and then we'll dive straight into the model review. So as you can see, a very nice picture of the model on the side, picture of the real grader at work on top of the tin, along with the item number and a brief description. And on the back of the tin, you have the information about the real grader, and once again, another picture of the grader at work. As always, if you would like more information about the real machine, this is where I invite you to pause the video and read the specification details. So just like the 1/50th scale models, inside the tin there is a brochure or pamphlet with the entire Diecast Masters product range. Here is the model. So this is actually a very, very well built and functional 1/87 scale model. A lot of times in 1/87 scale, compromises have to be made in order to obtain the look and functionality of models in this tiny scale. There really isn't too much that detracts from this. This is a first generation 1/87 scale or HO scale Highline Series model by Diecast Masters. So what that means, again, if that term is new to you, that means that our neighborhood operator in here, Bob, as he's affectionately known to most of us, he is permanently affixed in the cab, so without some custom modification after you purchase the model, you cannot remove him from the cab like you can from today's more modern Diecast Masters models. Again, that's not a big deal for a lot of people, but to some it is. Going straight into the model review, looking from the front of the grader, you have headlights here. There's an orange warning beacon up on top. There is no front steering on the front axle, but there is articulation right here across the pivot point. There's also no moving of the, or oscillation of the two tandem wheels, which you would normally see. And also, the ripper on the back does lower, so it's nice to see that even in this tiny scale, although the range is somewhat limited, it's nice to see that this 5-tooth ripper does function. So again, if you wanted to pose this grader ripping the ground, you can do that, and it's actually low enough where it hits the ground. On to more of the grader functions. As you can see, the blade here, this is free spinning. You can set it to almost whatever angle you like. If I can draw your attention here to where the pistons are, you can raise and lower it a pretty high degree. You can see the amount of movement there. You can raise and lower it. You can angle it as well. You just have to be really, really careful, again, in the scale that you don't break anything. But this is one of the more functional graders by any diecast manufacturer in 1/87 scale that you can get currently on the market. Again, it is very, very reasonably priced. And as you can clearly see, as I've demonstrated, the detail and functionality is sublime for any grader models that are currently on the market. Again, here's a view up on top. They've even included an exhaust and air cleaner, as well as that orange beacon light. So if you are looking for a modern grader in 1/87 scale, particularly a modern cat grader, and you don't wish to break the bank, this is an excellent opportunity for you. If you would like to see what it looks like on a lowboy or flatbed trailer, let's move the blade back here a little bit. And as you can see there, it makes a pretty convincing lowboy load as well. Again, the only negative thing, of course, is if you were to do this, you got our little operator that's along for the ride. Again, on the modern HO scale models, you can take the operator out if you wish to pose your models on a lowboy or in a parked position. As always, guys, thank you very much for tuning in. I hope you found this review both insightful and helpful. If you have any comments or questions, or even if you have some suggestions, please feel free to leave them in the comments section below. Until next time, take care, be safe. We'll see you in the next model review.